All right, what's up, YouTube fam? Clint Lund with London Mex back here with another video today, guys. I come to you with an absolute beat body and mind. So much has been going on that I don't even really know where to begin. This whole month of July, all of June, I have been completely away from YouTube, and I apologize to a lot of you guys who basically, day watch me and constantly are waiting for new videos. And I have, so much things going on. I have like the KX500 going on. I'll get to all your comments. I see that you guys are already getting fired up. Hello to you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Um, as I said in the title, big things to come, guys. And my channel's just going to go through a lot real soon here. So um, uh, I'm really pumped. I'm excited. There's some info I can share. There's a lot of info I can't share. That's kind of, I have to keep on the download just for a very short amount of time. Again, thank you to all you guys who are joining the live stream now. Appreciate you all tuning in. I know it's late. It's 10:42 where I'm at right now. Like I said, it's been a really long day, so I was kind of waiting for a few more people to jump on here, but they can catch up when it's time. Anyways, guys, gonna just kind of dive right into what we got going on. So, as of June 1st, amongst all the other videos you guys have seen from the KX500, from that getting totally rebuilt, yes, 722 is coming up. Some of you guys, if you follow my Instagram, you've been getting little hints here and here, little, do you like Drake? Yeah, I like Drake. You guys been getting little hints of like what's been going on. I left a little bit of an Easter egg, they call them, a couple of videos ago about a project bike that me and Adamantic Nap are going to be doing. And we finished it, and it's amazing, and it's by far one of the things that we set out to do was build something that the media, that Facebook, that Instagram, that Twitter, that any social media platform has never seen before. And to do that with a dirt bike is so hard to do because, let's face it, everyone has done every form of bike modifications you can ever imagine. So we had to come up with a concept no one's ever done before, and that everyone could just not even see coming. So needless to say, guys, I can't really spill my guts. I would love to. I mean, I really want to, because it's been 2 months of working on this project with Adamantic Nap, and now it's finally done. And now we have to wait for 722. One of you guys just said it. It's, when it finally hits, guys, it's going to be all over social media. We just know it already because we have magazines hitting us up. We have, different publications hitting us up to use this. What's up, guys? So I'm kind of going to leave that right there. I'm giving all you guys this piece on YouTube right now. This is what's happening on 7/22, the 22nd of this month. And then right after, I have 2 videos I'm dropping on the 22nd. And then Adamantic Nap is going to be dropping a separate video on 7/22 about this whole project. And the day after, we're leaving to Washougal to not only race the bike that we just built, but to have the media just sink their teeth into it. And it's going to be amazing. I'm like beside myself, because it's by far the most work I've ever put into a bike ever in my life. Like, You guys know, I mean, sure, some of you don't, but a lot of you guys know customizing a bike, especially from a catalog order, is really limited. It's mostly bound to what you can afford, and then it's bound to what's available. And we totally stepped out. We stepped way out on this one. So, um, excited. Stay tuned, guys. Hang in there. Be patient with me. You guys have already been so patient anyway, and I really appreciate it. But anyways, so uh, quickly gonna touch on a couple other things. I see the comments. I really appreciate them all, and I will read them. But I need to get these things out, and then I'll be glad to kind of chat with you guys back and forth. But these few things I got to get out. So Project 87 KX500 is done in powder coat. I did bring a piece to show you guys. So I don't know how many of you guys saw the video of me. It wasn't even a video for the KX500, but we decided to try and start it just some random time. It fired up and it absolutely revved to the moon. I mean, it took off. It ran away on its own. Throttle wasn't stuck. I decided, I was like, rebuild it also. Might as well pull it apart now and see what's going on. And this problem with buying Craigslist bikes, used bikes, and when someone says they don't run, that can mean so many things. I have here, this is the engine case from the 87 KX500. Now, looking at it, yeah, we got some extreme corrosion in here, which means there's getting some sort of moisture in there. But the real part, case. And when I pulled this off, this is what I found. Try to get that up to the camera there. So what you're seeing here, guys, is he repaired and then patched it with JB Weld on the back. This thing was sucking so much air through the cases. That's why the 500 wouldn't start. That's why the 500, when it did start, revved to the absolute moon and back. Luckily, it didn't blow up. The piston was fine. Cylinder was fine. However, I had to find 1987 KX500 cases, and you guys have no idea how hard that is to do. But I found some. The engine is up on the stand now, being reassembled. Huge shout out to All Balls. They were able to find me all the bearings for the 87 KX500, Vertex pistons, Cometic gasket. There's so many sponsors that have just been so helpful. Jay Clark with Dirt Bike TV, that have helped get this thing back on the road or dirt again. But this thing has just been an absolute nightmare because it's been literally one thing after another. Took the frame in, got it power coated, and I don't want to give away too much on that, on colors or anything like that. But the KX500 is still being done, and I will shoot all the video on that. And but that engine case being so damaged was extremely hard to find. And finally, I was able to find a pair of engine cases, because you can't just buy one, you have to buy the pair. So I was able to buy a pair of engine cases for it. And so now it's just down to assembly. But this project that I was aforementioning for Adamantic Nap, for an upcoming video dropping on 7/22. Some of you know, some of you don't know. I can't give away too much, but it's going to be an industry first. I guarantee it. You've never seen anything like it before. And I am more than pumped to be the one bringing it to you guys. So beyond that, if you're not following Adamantic Nap on Instagram, he's leaving little Easter eggs on it too every now and again. And that's at the 722. And go follow him on Instagram. He's been dropping little Easter eggs. I've been dropping little Easter eggs, for you guys to watch. And so now that we've covered that, we've covered the KX500. There has been a new addition, one loss, and there's been like a promotion for another one, if you will. So I'll move the camera just a little bit. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I was able to pick up a 2000 and question mark. Don't know exactly. It's either 03 to 07, obviously, but it's a CR125. This bike, Polysport has jumped on board to do a big project with me on this one, to make just another stellar freaking rebuild, guys. I mean, this thing, another amazing bike. And of course, you guys will be there for every step of every bolt coming off when it happens. The reason I don't know what year this is the VIN number has been removed. We all know what that means, and I don't know what to do about it. The case number, the engine number on there is still on there. I did take that down to the California Highway Patrol to have them see if maybe that engine would help locate it to the previous owner. There is no record, so I still don't know what year it is. Like I said, they said it was an 03, but it's not an 03, so it could be 04, 05, 06, 07. I don't know, but either way, CR125 going to be another amazing project. I don't know what it is with me and 125s, guys. Like I'm able to find them just about anywhere, and they're cheap and they're just so much fun to work on, and I absolutely love them because afterwards they're a blast to ride too. So CR125, another big project. KX500 still coming. The project bike with Adamantic Nap. If you guys missed any of this and you're just tuning in now, wait till live stream's over and then watch it from the beginning. And I know I could buy another frame. That's one of the things I've considered. But why would I buy another frame, honestly, when I can just get another VIN issued for this one? It just sucks that someone along the line had ground the VIN off. And let's be honest, more than likely the reason is because it was either stolen or someone was hiding it from a lending company or something like that. Is usually the only reason someone would grind off a VIN. But I bought it from a company that does like estate sales. They're like an estate sale auction, and they were able to provide me with all the documentation of buying it from them to show that it was legally obtained from an auction to me. That will help me get new VIN number, set up for it when I do decide to do that. So moving on. A lot of you guys know I did post a video about me racing again on the RM 450. She's still right there. So beautiful. Right there next to me. That's been still a fantastic adventure. Been getting podiums every time I race. Blah, 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 blah. I won't talk too much about that. But I'm having a blast getting back on the track and riding and racing again. And it's definitely brought out a new youthful side of me that I didn't know was there. I've been exercising a lot, I've been eating right, and my hand strength, like I'm not getting arm pump like I used to all the time. It's really awesome, and I'm pumped to be back in that world again, and I just hope I stay healthy and happy and no injuries, It's all going to happen eventually, but when it happens, I'll be ready. Either way, moving on from that. A few other things we got going on. So now, the RM125, I said a promotion on one and then a loss on another. The RM125 is completely 100% done. It's been broken in. I rode it today, as a matter of fact, and it's absolutely amazing. But a lot of people have been hitting me up on Instagram and on Facebook saying we would like to see more from that bike if possible. So it's solely, I covered it in the beginning. I don't want to keep touching back on it again, but I will kind of get back into that again if you want. The RM125, a lot of people want to see like a recap. So we talked about maybe putting it inside of the 125 All-Star race that they do like up at Washougal, and we're planning on having a professional rider race it at the Washougal 125 Dream Race. So That is in the mix. And then, so the loss, video I did way back, the conversion 2014 KX85. We took a 2009 KX85 and we converted it into, all new plastics, brand new 2014 KX85. And you guys all remember Ray V. Ray V is still a great friend of mine. We don't talk as much because he got a new job. He's working all the freaking time, and he never really has time to come hang out anymore because he literally works like 10-hour days over there. So Ray V had borrowed it because he had sold his son's bike, and he needed a bike for his son to ride. Overnight, the bike was stolen from the back of his truck, and he lived in a gated community. He didn't think anything was going to happen of it. So the 2014 KX85 has been stolen. It's long gone. It's so easy to steal a bike, part it out, and make sure it never sees the light of day again. Of course, I've combed, all the different Craigslist, Kijiji, eBay, trying to find anything that would have to do with anything that I recognize from the bike. But even still, the police told me that even if I did, it would be really hard to prove that it was mine and tracking him down. So it's just gone. There's nothing we can do about it. It just sucks because, obviously I had a lot of money into it, just like I do with all my projects. So KX85 is gone. So now I can open up the floor to questions from all you guys. I'm sure, from all you guys that are on Instagram, I do get a lot of questions. So we'll move into that. It does suck having a bike stolen. Thank you, Maverick. It's seriously, it's one of those things too where you wake up the next day and it's like, is it real? Yeah, it's real, unfortunately, especially when there's a police report, that confirms, and it's really it's unfortunate, but it just sucks that there's that kind of people out on Earth that feel like it's okay to steal other people's bikes or belongings, and that they feel entitled enough to do that. And what do? You move on, and the karma is a real thing. If you believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. It's just the weights and measures of how things go in life. If you live a crappy life, then you'll live a crappy life. So the project bike is going to be racing the Dream Race at Washougal? No. The RM125 that I built with Dirt Bike TV, Jay Clark, all of Vertex, Hot Rods, Hot Cams. That bike has so many sponsors, Pivot Works. Anyways, that bike is the 125 Dream Race. The project bike with Adamantic Nap is racing Washougal Pro Motocross class, and it's going to be the most expensive bike out on the track. That's all I'll say about it for right now. Like, there's factory bikes that obviously have a lot of money into it. I don't know if I can compare that because in those factory race bikes, there is a lot of research and development that's not figured into the overall price of the bike. But if you take it part for part across the whole bike, this bike's probably the most expensive out there. So, it definitely doesn't deserve to be ridden in dirt. I'll put it that way, but we're gonna ride it. It was initially going to be just a show bike, and then I can't give anything away, but now it's going to be a Washougal Pro Motocross bike, and whatever. It's gonna be fun. So do I like 2-strokes, 4-strokes better? I love both, and I'm sorry, that's kind of not really an answer. I rode my RM125 today, and I haven't ridden it in like a month, and it was amazing. I had so much fun on the thing. They're so light. That RM125 is so incredibly fast. It's snappy. It rips corners. The lightweight is. I love that, but there's nothing that even comes close to the raw power of a 4-stroke and the suspension and everything. So that's all I can go on that. They're amazing bikes, 2-stroke and 4-stroke. So I'm ready. Oh, cool. Yeah. YZ120, it doesn't matter. I actually own them all. I have a YZ125, KX125, CR125, and the RM125. I have them all, and I don't have KTM, but if one ever pops up, I'm sure I will purchase one of those too, just because I love 125s. They're a blast. So the KX125 I still have. You guys saw that a couple of videos, or more than a couple of videos back. All original 2003 KX125 that is in storage. I moved it out of the way right now just to focus on other projects. So that will come up. Just picked up a 2001 CR250 the other day. Hey, congratulations. 2001 CR250s are awesome. Probably one of the best engines ever made by Honda. Widely debated across the motocross community. 2001 CR250s are amazing. The motors are what made that bike amazing. So congratulations. Great bike. Great bike. Obviously, I got a big love for every manufacturer. There's not a bike out there, a manufacturer that I don't like. I think all of them have made incredible machines. So what do I think about the 2002 CRF450R? Now, the 2002 CRF450R was interesting to the concept of that was the first year Honda ever attempted to make a four-stroke motocross bike. They did use, they had, no one really knows this, Honda had actually started research and development of the 2002 CRF450R years before Yamaha even put on their YZF 400 in production. So when Honda came to the table with the 2002 CRF450R, they had some oversights. The valves are a major problem in the year. They're extremely heavy, but there's things you can do. They're great bikes. So you put stainless steel valves in them, and they're great. Then you went to a 98 RM 250. Yeah. Not my favorite bike because they had a water pump that was built into the inner engine case. And anytime that you blew a water pump seal, you actually had to split the cases to replace 2 water pump seals inside. So the 98 RM 250s were very powerful engines, not the most powerful engines, but they had problems. So, but I mean, what bike doesn't really? Anyways, yeah. So what I was saying before that last question is I don't have a preference on make. I do have a 2018 YZ, or it's got YZ RMZ 450, and that largely had to do with promotions and deals that were going on at the time. And then when I got it, obviously I was enthralled by it, loved it, and I don't regret it at all. It's an amazing bike, and it's been put me in front of all the races I've been doing so far. I've gotten 4 hole shots now, held up 5 fingers, but 4 hole shots on it, and on a gate of all brand new, every kind of bike, Husqvarna, KTM, Kawasaki, Honda, I mean, all across the board, brand new bikes, Yamahas, you name it, and I hole shot all of them. So a lot of it's technique, and then having the brass nuts to hold it pinned all the way to the first corner. But bikes these days, guys, they're just colors. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much money from each factory put into research and development. Whatever you get is... do I speak Russian? Not much. What do you think about the 08 RMZ 450? Now, the 08s, now I'm starting to get a lot of questions popping in, but the 08s were basically the first year of the last design. If you have an 08, you have a 17. Oddly enough, there was little revisions made 08 to 17. Valve angles, compression ratios, squirter angles of the fuel injector. I mean, if I don't answer your question, you guys can put them up again. I don't mind reading another question, but they're mildly changed. The body style stayed the exact same from 08 to 17, and there's lots of parts out there that you can make to make that bike amazing. I know that the 08s do have a starting issue that has to do with the fuel pump pressure, and it's an internal regulation problem that if you get a 13 or newer pump, then they start easier. So that's all I got on that one. Yeah, let's see. What do I think about the 06 CRF 250R, the twice pipe, the first year of the twice pipe? They're cool. Again, they had valve issues like most Hondas did at that time. But it mostly comes down to ownership. If you take care of your bike, those 06s won lots of championships through amateurs all the way to the pro level. So obviously they're amazing bikes. Me personally, I've had 2 2006 CRF 250Rs, and every single one of them were perfect. I mean, you fix the valves in them, you put a nice little JD jet kit inside the carburetor, and you're off to the races. So, what do you think about the 2003 YZ250F? Now, you might have hit my Achilles heel on this one. 2003 YZ250F was not a good year for Yamaha. It was, you know, the first year of the new designed 2003, even though I think in 2001 or 02, they did initially come out with the YZ250F. They did revisions to the 03, but the 5-valve titanium heads are garbage. They're just, they get so hot, they warp. The cranks are allergic to anything over 200 degrees, and they just don't last long. And just as every other bike in the world, you fix those issues, it's bulletproof. So, gosh, so we're about half an hour into the stream here, guys. I do kind of want to keep taking your questions, especially if you didn't catch the earlier part of it. So whatever you guys, you know, if you have questions about what I talked about earlier, I saw one question like, why is your channel about to explode? And that's just because this bike that we're doing with Adamantic Nap, that is coming out on 7/22. There's all kinds of publications that have hit us up to get this thing everywhere on social media, all the way across Instagram, across Twitter, across Facebook, across YouTube, and it's going to be in magazines, and it's. But I can't give you even a little bit of info until the video drops from my personal channel on 7/22. And then there is also another video that Adamantic Nap is going to drop same day. And then we leave for Washougal the 23rd, the day after. So it's going to be quite an exciting week. And Washougal is going to be amazing because then we get to race the bike that we just built. What bike did you have in your garage currently? I have, well, some are in storage. I have my 2018 RMZ and the 03. I think it's not 03 though. It's something else. It's like 04, 05, CR 125. That's the only ones in here right now. Amazingly, it's like the fewest bikes I've ever had in here. The rest of them, I have an 03 KX 125, an 04 YZ 125, and then the 03 RM 125. If I didn't say that, and then my kids have tons of bikes, and I have a KX 500. And what's your opinion on Atlas? I'm not. You talking about the braces and stuff? You just picked one up for $1,000. Good job. Are you racing amateur day? No, I'm not, because I'm going to be wrenching for the Antic Naps. So it's going to be all business for me up there. But if any of you guys are going to Washougal, absolutely pop over to come see us at, you know, we're going to have Bolt is sponsoring us to go up there. So we're going to have the Bolt MX van up there, the canopy. The boys are going to be there. Adam and Tyler both. We're going to be handing out all kinds of Bolt hats, stickers, swag. Come take a picture with the boys, say hi, hang out. And I'm probably going to be YouTubing also that whole trip. So, I mean, if you guys want to get in the video, come over, say hi to me, and I'll be glad to, you know, if I'm videoing, pop in on the video too. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Pro motocross is a totally different world than Supercross. I mean, especially for the bikes will last, you know, almost an entire season in Supercross, but not in motocross. Man, Alta, oh, the electric bikes. I've only seen, you know, he'll ride him a couple times down at Milestone. I've talked to him about them, and he really likes them. The thing that I've learned from talking to a couple people in the industry is you get about 30 minutes to 40 minutes of riding to about a 2-hour to 3-hour charging of the battery. So that's kind of a drag. So I missed the Honda question. Sorry. They come up and then they disappear. So you can copy paste it, send it again. But anyway, guys, didn't want to really go too much over half an hour on this just because I wanted to keep it down to topics only. I don't mind answering your guys' questions, but I definitely had to get this out because a lot of you guys are like, did you die? You know, and I'm not dead, but seriously, since June 1st, and now we're July 15th today, I've been a month and a half of just working on this project bike. Opinion on the new KX 450F. Oh my God. So 19KX 450F, amazing. I got to ride one. They're amazing. They might be a shootout winner this year. If you were a pro rider 450 class, I missed it. How do you get a 2000 to bog? Valve issues were prevalent in the 08 KX450 or 250 and 450s, but not as prevalent as Honda. A lot of it's in the carburetor. You change the idle jet and the squirter, what do they call it? My mind's dead. It's been a long day. The squirter, you know what I mean? The squirter, the fuel squirter. You change those and it takes a lot of bogging out. Thoughts on the 07 CRF? They're great. Classic Honda. I mean, good suspension, good motor, everything. Everything was great about those 250Rs. They're really, really good. Thoughts on 06 KX450F? It was Kawasaki's real first KX accelerator pump. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Yes, accelerator pump, the fuel squirter. Ever ridden the YZ250FX or 450FX? I rode a 450FX, yes, and it was an absolute blast. Electric start's killer. The 18-inch rear wheel wasn't too fond of, but I was using it for the wrong purpose when I rode it, so. Number one fan, thank you, Robert. Hey, McSweeney, I know you, bro. Thank you for tuning in, bro. It's always good seeing you stop by. I'm a big fan of you, too. Appreciate you stopping by. Guys, you could ask me for days about every bike because I've worked on every single one of them. I've been a mechanic for 20 years, and there's nothing I haven't seen at this point. I'm not the best mechanic in the world, but I've seen a lot. I got a Boysen accelerator pump on there. Okay, well, the Boysen was the main one to get, so that's a good one to have. If you were just a bit lighter, they would be so good. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, for sure. If I was a little bit lighter, the 125s that I have everywhere would be so much more fun to ride. But I already, if you're a pro rider and you're a privateer in the 450 class, you had to keep the bike stock all season. Which would you be picking? Ooh. I'll answer it this way: not KTM, not Husqvarna, because those are the fastest production bikes, race ready bar none. They break all the time. So. My personal opinions, not those completely felt around the world, and if you want to fry me because of that, that's absolutely fine. So I like anything electric start, new KX, new YZ, CRF, all dynamite bikes. I have the RMZ, dynamite bike, no electric start. Don't really care. I don't mind kick starting bikes, but it'd be nice if it was electric start, but I don't care. Any ideas for a Supermoto bike build? Ooh, so I don't know if you saw the video of the Supermoto KX500. I was actually building that with a friend. And he took it, and I don't know what happened to him. He fell off the radar. I think he might have moved, and I'm kind of hoping he gets a hold of me again because I'd love to finish building the KX500 SF Motard. But that bike disappeared, and so did he. I don't know if he moved. He was talking about moving, and that's a drag if he did because I was looking forward to finishing that thing. I'd love to do another motard build, but there really is, where I'm at, there is no motard tracks. We have one go-kart track, and motard's not huge where I'm at. It's all about dirt and sand, unfortunately. So, best job in the world, bike mechanic. Love your work. Good luck. Thank you, and Washugo Maverick. Appreciate it, man. Being a dirt bike mechanic, I don't think is the best job in the world. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, I would pick a CRF. And ride it till, you know what, the CRF's Honda quality is amazing, and I don't think for a second that, racing Supercross is so much different than motocross, and you could easily get any Japanese production bike to last a whole season. And basically what it come down to is what do you prefer in a bike? Do you like the skinny bikes? Do you like fat bikes? You got to change suspension on all of them, so... what is the worst bike you have ever owned or worked on? Worst bike. Ooh, I got to think about that one for a second. There's been a couple. The worst bike I've ever worked on. Oh, man. The one that stands out to me the most is I had a total rotten egg that no matter what I did to the dang thing, it just kept coming back. And it was free service after free service after free service trying to get this thing out. It was an '05 YZ450F. It was the 4-speed year. And it was like literally broke a tranny one time, it bent a crank the other time, it broke a valve the next time, and it twisted a piston in the cylinder the next time. And it was like all within 2 months. And I was like, is there something I'm doing that's causing this? But it turns out the guy didn't run air filters like you're supposed to. He didn't. He ran whatever junk gas came out of the equipment at this yard he worked at. Like, he used all the reclaim oil that they took from the junkyard he worked at and put it inside the bike. So afterwards, I was like, oh well, that's owner for you. Yeah. So it wasn't anything I did, but the owner is what made that bike the worst for me to work on, just because it kept coming back. You guys take care of your bikes, man. If you guys love riding, take care of your bikes. Would you ever do an ATV build? I would love to. I'm not serious. I'm not strictly dirt bikes. I would love to do an ATV build, especially like an old TR, one of the TRXs, the Honda 2-strokes, or a Quadzilla Suzuki or a Takati Kawasaki. Those would all be something I'll look for. I would look for like an old 2-stroke. Probably nothing 4-stroke unless it was fuel injected, but all the carbureted 4-strokes that were in the TRX 450R would I would spend the time, and I would definitely do something like that. Yeah, TRX 250Rs are the big cult classic bike. So let me think. What else, guys? What's your opinion on the change from steel to alloy frame on the YZ250? They were trying to get away from head tube stretch. I remember hearing a story from Steve Mathis about how they had to change the frames out from like Jeremy McGrath's bike every couple races because the head tubes would literally ovalize and the bearing cups would just fall out, and the frames wouldn't necessarily crack, but they would stretch and like parts would just fall off all the time. That was the catalyst for getting steel frames out of the picture and moving to aluminum, which was a lot more rigid, but aluminum snaps. So they ran into another issue with the aluminum. The aluminum didn't flex. It was as rigid. But I've never even known that until I heard this story about how they had to change McGrath's frames like every race because the head tubes would ovalize and the bearing cups would just fall out. That I thought was incredible, and that was Honda's reason for going away from it, and that was Suzuki's reason for the 450, the 4-stroke bikes. So 500 2-stroke engine and an ATV frame. Ooh, yeah. The problem is the rearward kick, the kickstart on the ATV, so you'd have to move the engine pretty far forward to get that thing to kick back. And I don't know. I'd probably keep the ATV engine that's in it and just build it absolutely insane. That'd probably be something that I would do. Oh, geez. That's ace, man. Got some good insight. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have all this worthless knowledge about almost every bike ever produced, and I read a lot of magazine articles. You got an 04 YZ125 and 17 Y8. Cool combo. Nice combo for sure. But yeah, I've worked on bikes for so long, and I'm really into the ride-ups and stuff, so I like to check them out and see what's wrong. You have an 02 RM125 just got free top-end kit. Hey! Pulp MX is rad. Steve Mathis is way cool people, and a big supporter of the Antique Naps program, and we love Pulp. We love Racer X. We love all those guys. Jay Clark, Dirt Bike TV, and they're good people. What's your favorite manufacturer? I answered this one earlier. I don't have one. I lean towards Suzuki's for no particular reason, honestly. It's just the bike that I end up getting every time, and I love them. But it's not necessarily my favorite. I love every brand. I'm sorry for being so shallow in that, but it's absolutely true. I've had every bike. I've bought a 13 CRF 450 when it was brand new. Bought a 14 YZ 250F when it was brand new. Bought 11 RMZ 450 when it was brand new. No, it was a 13. And KX 450 brand new in 09. And I've owned all brand new 450s and in different years, and I've tried them all. They're all great. And if you know anyone that pops up says Honda sucks, Suzuki sucks, Kawasaki sucks, you're crazy. You don't even know what you're talking about. The all bikes are good. You just gotta work them. Thoughts on the new CRF? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I got to see a couple pictures of it. I would love to check it out. Good morning from Germany. How you guys doing? Good morning. I'm about to head off to bed. It's 11:30 at this point. You ever plan on doing a 500 AF? Yes, I do plan on doing an AF. I've done, if you've been following me for any amount of time, I've done two. I've done a 03 CR 250R with a 500 conversion, and I did a 2010 KX 250F with the KX 500 conversion. One bike made it totally viral. It's all over all kinds of things on Instagram. Agreed, but China bikes. I didn't, and I didn't specify, but yes, some of the import bikes from states I won't, or countries I won't mention, are questionable at best. So we'll just leave that. I don't want to burn any bridges or cause anyone to get their feelings hurt, but you're absolutely right. What's your opinion on the KTMs? Fast, amazingly fast, powerful racing machines. CB Vlogs, love you too, bro. Thanks for checking it out. But KTMs, God, dude, they're so incredibly fast. They're by far, if you want a bike to go buy right now and spend $10,000 to $15,000 on a bike to race on a professional level, KTM Husqvarna is your pick. But be ready to do a lot of maintenance. And I mean a lot of maintenance. I'm not exaggerating. Be ready to do a lot of maintenance. So they're fast, but you do get the high side, or the low side, should I say, of having a very fast bike. Love KTM. Yeah, keep taking money. Or keep them. For KTM, I've heard kick till Monday, keep the mechanic, keep the manual, Kmart trail machine. That's one of my favorites. I've heard all kinds of KTM acronyms. But, we have KTMs in my family. My youngest son has a 2016 KTM 50. My daughter has a 2015 KTM 65. We got KTMs in the house here, and they're great bikes. The two-strokes I definitely like better as far as a long-term bike from KTM. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. So without trashing, I'm not brand trashing at all. I really think every bike that's in a magazine shootout belongs there for a reason. You should do a build on a 450. Bro, didn't you hear what I've been talking about this whole time about this amazing bike that we just built that's going to be going up to Washougal, and it's going to be all over the internet, and it's an industry first? I mean, come on. No. If you CB Vlogs, if you didn't get it, that was the whole purpose of this was we got an amazing bike coming up. You ever think, and it's coming up on 7/22. I wish, I get this asked a lot. Oh, sorry, it's CB Vlogs. I can't see who pops on. I just get questions, but anyways, I get that question a lot. I heard someone say that Kawasaki was going to come back out with two strokes again, and then obviously Yamaha, they said that they're going to completely redesign their two-stroke. Gosh, I mean, I would love for all of them to come back and start making two strokes again. Oh gosh, I think it was Honda that completely swore off doing another two-stroke again. They cut their whole 85 line. They're not making any more two-strokes ever again, and that had to do largely with the EPA, especially in the States. So. You wish Honda would bring a new CR. I know. We all do. But it won't happen. There's so much money in four strokes for Honda right now. The CRF 450R of 2017, 2018 is the most sold CRF, or the most 450 ever produced. I heard this number a few weeks ago. The 2017, 2018 has the most sales ever recorded. So I thought that was kind of amazing. Who's going to Loretta's? Shout out CB Vlogs. He's apparently going. I'm going to Washougal. Who's going to Washougal? Hit me up if you are. We'll hang out. But man, it'd be so cool if they would bring back two strokes. I would love to see another Honda two stroke, a brand new one. I would love to see KTM really make an effort at making a racing two stroke that would be AMA legal to race in the Supercross, and that would be adapted to by a lot of riders. But there's just so much money in the four strokes. Yeah, I've been reading lots of rumors on that too. I don't know. You got to take it as you see it. Fix a drain bowl at kicks 250. Good luck. You got to drill and retap those. It's kind of rough. Let's make good trail bikes. Anything really. I used to do so much. I used to do so much trail riding, but I moved over to tracks a few years ago, and I haven't looked back at trail since. Trail riding is so much fun, but just hauling butt on tracks and doing all the jumps is nothing gets my adrenaline going more than that. Guys, it's 11:30, and we're at about 45 minutes on the stream here. Have you ever seen Cameron Nemiela's CR? I see a little bit from Cameron every now and again. I'm not knocking anything he does. Everything looks clean, looks great. I think he does some pretty clean stuff. Opinions on Electron carbs. Ooh, man, any bike you put Electron on, what I hear about the Electrons, it takes quite a bit of tuning, but once you get them dialed, they're amazing. And like no other carb can touch them. And which is interesting because the new Husqvarnas are fuel injected in KTM's CSCB vlogs. So I think I'm going to start closing off here too. Just quick recap. Built from the beginning of June 1st to today. We finished Sunday the 15th of July. This special project bike for the 7 Deuce Deuce Adamantic Nap. And this bike is way amazing. It's something you guys have never seen before. It's something the industry's never seen before. And I can't wait till July 22nd. Watch for it, guys, on this channel. You will see it. It's going to drop here first. This bike, and there's going to be a lot of hate on it, and there's going to be some that see it for what we set out to do, but we know that it's going to catch a lot of hate. We're okay with it. It was our money to spend. So the bike, yeah, when it hits, it's going to be all over the internet, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I can't scroll up. Yeah, I'm just seeing Endless Progression now. What's up, Endless? You guys got to follow 7 Deuce Deuce on Instagram. He's been putting little Easter eggs through his Instagram. I've dropped a couple of my videos and on Instagram. Actually did a little video today in the truck with Adam and his fiance Ashley, and there's actually a little pan of the bike in the back of the truck, but you can't see enough to make anything out of it, but I thought that was kind of funny. So that that bike's coming out. The 03 ARM 125, possibly going to be in the Dream Race, raced by an unnamed pro at this point, just because I cannot confirm or deny who's going to be racing it. But it's going to be amazing to see that thing be pinned on the track. I'd love to come up to Oregon, hit single track. I love the OBDR, the Oregon back roads, whatever. That's something it's on my bucket list for bucket. I want to know what schooling you would recommend for someone to be a mechanic. Do not do MMI. That's what I did. I regret it. Don't do it. It's expensive. It doesn't get you where you think it's going to get you. I recommend either finding a job as a mechanic where you will get the individual teaching through all the bikes, and I mean it's a very slow process. You learn, and it's a lot more thorough. And I go to school of London Max. Yeah, and let's say thanks, bro. But I did it the wrong way. I threw too much money at it, and it wasn't worth a dime. It wasn't worth anything. The contingency is garbage, and I could only talk crap because I went through it all, and it's just not worth it. It's extremely expensive, and I have several friends that did it, and they all are same feeling as me. There are like a UTI. There's a couple other trade schools that do small engine classes and do motorcycle classes. You could look into those, but I think there's nothing better than getting linked up with a mechanic, with a dealership, or with someone that does has their own business, and getting in as as an apprentice and learning alongside them. There's really hands-on is the best learning, especially for me, because I'm not book smart. I can't read anything and be smart. So that's just straight up with you guys. Gonna close the live stream down there, guys. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's been my absolute pleasure. Please stay tuned to the channel. You guys have peace out. Bye, y'all. Yes, I want to